Hey there folks, Rinium T here, and welcome back to Game of Fortune. Vicarious VR for the code, back when it came out. Something delays. Anyway, we were in the midst of the third game. I know I said the third, we finished the third game last time, we finished the second game, and I realized, anyways, yeah, we're in the midst of the third game. It's down to just us, Devin, and Maria. And we're doing a little Q&A with Maria to see if he thinks we're worthy of, going forth. Anyways, we're trying to make her really think. Motivation is external, not internal. Can open those say your motivation comes from an external source, not from an internal source. What's that supposed to mean? I've got plenty of internal drive. Oh, what I mean is that you're depending on other people's support to keep you motivated. If your support went away, would you be able to keep on going? Of course I would! I've got plenty of internal drive too, it's just, all I'm saying is that maybe you should look inward for your motivation. It'll keep you going more so than any support someone else can give you. Look at you talking like you're a personal trainer! But I can't deny that you're right. Internal motivation dwarfs external motivation. Looks like I made her hesitate for a moment. Good. Just have to keep it up. Alright, that's enough of that. Time to get serious. The last few questions weren't serious. Those were the baby questions! Now I get to ask some hard-hitting stuff. Oh boy, can't wait. You've been playing these games without Clyde since the first round, but if you had to do all this over again, do you think you'd do as well if Clyde was alive, or would he be a handicap for you? What kind of question is that? A question that you need to answer. Do you think that Clyde would be a handicap for your victory or not? That's such a mean-spirited thing to ask. You say that, but it's something we all have to go through. We're all competitors, even if we're friends, family, lovers, rivals, whatever. So answer, do you think he'd be a handicap for you or not? Ugh, she's being so forceful all of a sudden. But can't shy away from giving an answer. Have to hope that what I say is good enough. Wouldn't matter. He wouldn't matter? Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to have him around, but I don't think that he'd make a difference. Look at me now. I've made it this far without him, haven't I? And if I had to do this again, eventually I'd have to play some game where we'd have to kill one another. Might be painful, or maybe he'd be helpful in some games. Ultimately, we'd both be trying our best to survive, and I think that's just the reality that we'd have to deal with. But he wouldn't matter. I'd persevere and do what I'd have to do to win. I'm sure that he'd do the same. What's with that look? Color me surprised! I didn't think he'd actually say that. You're right. If he made it this far, clearly that means you've got what it takes, with or without him. As it should be. That's a good response. Frankly, it's the truth, even if it's a painful one. You weren't kidding about asking some hard questions, though. Well, I gotta make sure you can handle what's up ahead. Well, I guess I should, too. Go ahead, hit me with your best shot. Just gonna take hard shots at me, I might as well take some hard shots at her. You insist. My question is, why are you lying? Huh? Lying about what? Guess I should be more clear. You said that you were gonna make a wish to kill someone, right? Yep, said as much, didn't I? You said something different to Kishi a while back. You said that you were gonna do this for your mom back then. That's... My question is, why do you lie to Kishi about it back then? Or are you simply lying to me now? Maria was quiet for a few seconds before she managed to muster up the courage to speak again. Because I didn't want Kishi getting in the way of my wish. Getting in the way of her wish? That's odd. This is definitely something I can press her on. Just have to ask the right follow-up question. Would Kishi stop you from making your wish? If she knew the truth. Of course she would! She knows damn well who I'd try and take it out on. Certain if she knew, she'd have done whatever she could to sabotage me the whole way through. Not that I blame her for trying to, but I couldn't let her know. I can't let her know. If she gets in my way, then... Hands well up in the fist and she slammed them onto the table. Pow. And she's just as complicit in all this as they are. And I hope to God that she isn't. Yikes. Might have made her a bit angry with that line of questioning. You'll probably ask something else. Nah, it's fine. I'll give you credit where credit is due. You really did give me a hard question. Which means I really gotta give you one good question for this last one. Well, do what you gotta do. Try to answer whatever it is you've got for me. I'm sure that you will. So riddle me this, Devin. Would you come here again and make another wish if you had the chance? That's your question? Yep, it's a simple one, but I want to hear your answer and explanation. Alright, should be easy enough. I only hope that she actually likes the answer that I'll give her. Had the chance to come here again. I'm like partly not sure. But maybe I would. I think that I would come here again. Really? After all the death and pain you've seen here, you go through it again. I mean, if we all come back to life at the end of it, yeah? I get a chance at a wish. I think that's pretty amazing, don't you think? Putting people through pain and suffering for a wish. That sounds a little cool. Plus, you'd have to get approval from the Digits of Eden to come here again. I think that's worth it. I don't. Well, that's where we'll have to disagree then. Maybe you'd change your tune if you knew what they were really like. The total of entering these games isn't just the pain and suffering those involved, it's more than that. You wouldn't know that, but scary to think that you might be willing to either way. Seemed like that at all, it seems. Well, that's all my questions. You get one more set of questions for yourself, and we're done. I'll just leave it at that. I think we're hopefully fine? Right. What else should I ask Maria? Well, I guess there's the obvious question. Might as well go for it. Alright, Maria. One last thing I want to know. How do you know about the Digits of Eden? How do I know about them? Yeah, you seem to know people in them. You've got strong feelings about them, so clearly... Whatever, stop sounding from my eye. Clearly, you've got some history with them. I fell silent for a few seconds as she looked down at the table. My mother and I... We used to be members. Wait, really? Yeah, not something I'm exactly proud of, but that's the truth of it. Rio was part of the Digits of Eden? That seems so hard to believe, but I thought that she'd lie about it. How do I follow up on this? Why she left? What made you and your mother leave the Digits of Eden? I saw how they were manipulating people, how they were abusing people, how they were threatening people. It took me a long while to realize it was also part of the problem, but when I did, I couldn't stand being near them anymore. So I left. We left. And we were gonna stop anyone else from getting involved with them too. Until... Maria fell silent once more and took a breath to calm herself before turning back to face me. Until they made it clear that they wouldn't let anyone get in their way. That's why I'm here, to let them know that they can't bully people around anymore. And that a reckoning is coming to them, or at least one of them. I shivered as I felt the fury of her conviction stirring in her soul. I'd have unleashed the beast that I might not be able to cage. Alright, well, that ought to be enough, don't you think? I think so. Well, I hate to say it, but I think you've got me beat. Color me surprised, you've got some serious willpower on your side, Devin. Or maybe I'm just not as tough as I think I am. So then, I'm gonna tap out, of course. Sad to say, but if I can't muster up enough resolve to beat you, then, well, there's always next time. Maria tapped through the tablet, then looked at me with a wide smile. Hope that you win this, Devin, if only so I know that my sacrifice won't go in vain. I won't. I promise that I'll win. I don't doubt it, so good luck down the line. Remember your resolve, Devin. You keep that, and no one's gonna be able to beat you. I'll remember. Enter a number on my tablet. Ah, finally! You two were taking forever! I can finally get out the results again. Here we go. Devin, 200. Maria, 69, 69. William, Everett, and A. How very mature of you. Well, if I'm gonna go out, I might as well have a little fun with it. Sure, whatever you say. Seeing Maria bet the least amount of money, she'll receive nothing. He'll pass me my earnings before looking to Maria. And since she has the least amount of money at the end of the execution round, she shall be slated to die. Alright then, well, it's been fun playing with you. Hope that we get along like this in all the other cycles. I didn't get a chance to ask my question as metal blades pierced her back. Someone managed to keep a smile on her face even though she must have been fighting through agonizing pain. Even after she let her last breath, she kept a prideful smile on her face, as if death didn't even faze her. But I couldn't help but be shaken by her last words. It didn't take a genius to figure out what they meant. Well, well, well! Congratulations, Devin. You won the Bandit King. Now you're the king of bandits. Sadly, it doesn't come with any real treasure. But you do get a nice little trophy for earning a high amount of money in the last game. Belle clapped her hands together and put some kind of poster in my hand. I looked I couldn't help but stare. Hey, greatest gonna be a greatest bandit you can be and earn your prize. I got an achievement. I couldn't help but stare. Are you for real? I am! Isn't this just the best gift you could get? Your own personal pin-up poster of me. I'll even give it to you after the game's done. Thank you, Bill, but there's no way in hell that I'm gonna put this up in my room. I'm bashful. I know it's a lot to take in. With this, people will be begging to stop by your. There should be like a comma there. With this, people will be begging to stop by your house just to get a picture of this thing. Really, I get it. You want me to target the next game or have these luxurious tries? Alright, I'll keep it safe for now, but I'll give it to you later. Belle took the poster from me and then winked at me as she tucked it away behind her back. So I'm free to go, right? Of course! Belle snapped her fingers and was free from her restraints as she pointed over towards one of the walls that turned into a door. Rest up while you can, dear Devin. No doubt the last game will be the most challenging yet. It'll be a cakewalk. Either way, it won't hurt to get some rest. Until then, toodaloo! Just a sec. Belle tilted her head curiously, but it did seem to be enough to keep her from poofing off. What they said, was it all true? How we all come back to life at the end of this game? How there were cycles to this? Belle was silent for a few seconds before she stepped towards me with a soft smile. If you want the true answers to those questions from me, all you have to do is win the final game, Devin. Leave what you will in this moment, let inspire you or demoralize you at your own risk. You never give a straight answer, can you? Of course I can, but now isn't the time for that. Never may be whimsical, mysterious, and ominous. Especially my next game. So I really must be going now. Bye-bye! She poofed away, not giving me the chance to ask any follow-up questions. If I won, I would get my answers. Perhaps that's all I needed to know. I then looked towards the door and began the long walk back to the lounge. Once I make it back to the lounge, I'll just have to wait for the others, won't I? Then after that, we'll play one last game. Feels like I've come so far since the first game. Clyde, I'm gonna make it through this. We'll make it through this somehow. Won't forget your sacrifice. I'm gonna win this. No matter what gets thrown at me, I'm going to win this. And here we are again. Feels so strange being here alone. Like I'm waiting at the doctor's office to be called in. It's worse here. Way worse. Or like I'm getting called to the chair by your executioner. As I looked around the lounge, I noticed that there was one small thing that was different than the last time. There were some pictures framed up on one of the walls. Okay, so he hasn't had his wish yet. The one for the death, obviously no Kishi. Clyde has... Clyde was ending one, right? Or something? That's Grant. Everett has not. And he had when we did the Kishis. Laura has and Philip has. So we're 5. I guess. Because this is almost certainly we're going into Devin's ending right now. Had portraits of each of us with Clyde, Philip, Lilith. Lilith, that's the name. And Grant, each having colored clovers surrounding them. Why was this here? Was this supposed to be a hint of something? Certainly didn't stand to mark who was alive and who was dead. What do the color differences mean? Light and low seem to have blue clovers around them, while Grant and Philip had gold ones. Maybe it stands for something they did in their games? Ugh! I touched my head as I felt a painful headache throb across my skull. Why? Why does this seem so familiar? The answer was there. I knew it, but I just couldn't get it to form in my head properly. Turn my eyes away from it and try to get the pain to subside. Luckily, as soon as I stopped looking, my headache began to ease up. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd seen that thing before. Just because... Well, no point trying to solve it now, I guess. I had to walk over to the bathroom and clean myself up. Eventually, 3 survivors from the last game would show up. Do the same song and dance, and it would be over. It would be all over. Washed my face with some water, trying to clear my mind. As I stared at my reflection, I could only think about everything that had happened. Maybe it's just all the games and the roller coaster of emotions that I've been through. It feels like it's been hours. All this is exhausting, but somehow I've managed to get through it all, haven't I? If you asked me this morning if I'd be able to survive any of this, I'd have laughed and said no. Frankly, I still feel like I would. But stronger now, aren't I? I'm different. I feel like I would have cried and broken down in tears trying to do all this. Well, technically I already did. But now I feel that there is hope. Like I could face any challenge there and it wouldn't be a death sabotage. Was it always like that? When did I become so pessimistic? Obviously, when Drayden died. When suddenly everyone cared about how well and how poorly I did. Drowning in expectations that they never had for me and then never meeting them. What was the point in taking anything seriously when you'd only let people down? It was better to just give up. If only the family could see me now, they'd be shocked out of their minds, I bet. Probably because they'd be furious that their dumbass daughter got into some weird cult game and boy, would it be a story to tell. Drayden, he could see me now. He'd probably be so disappointed to see me like this. The only family that supported me, the only one that ever believed in me. You saw me now, in such a damn pitiful state. No! Stop faking like that, damn it! No more self-pity. No more self-doubt. I've gone through too much to let myself get depressed now. I'll show them that I've changed for the better. Though I'm sure that they prefer if it didn't take some weird death game to cause a change. Well, beggars can't be choosers, especially not here. I show them that I wasn't worthless. I never was. I spent the rest of my time resting, getting some food, drink, and managing to get a lengthy nap. For once, I felt refreshed and ready. All I needed to know was who I would be playing against. And eventually, I got my answer. Door opened, which means I my head to look at who my last competitors would end up being. No! Well, look at our lone survivor here. If it isn't Devin, the dearly distressed. What kind of nickname is that? Oh gosh, that's a cold breeze. I thought it was fun. I like alliteration. All the same, congratulations on surviving your game all by yourself. Would never have guessed that you'd be the one who survived. I know that you had such low expectations of me. You've certainly surpassed them, which means to me that you've got some kind of hidden talent. Maybe you're just lucky. Yeah, whatever you say. Where are the others? They should be here shortly. They're just slow walkers. But make a guess, it'll be fun. Well, you're here, so... Don't bother playing her game. You're not fun, you know that. I figured a scare would be more fun. What fun is there in guessing who lived or died? Especially since we were only a few feet behind you. Well, you never know. I could have lied and watched Devin's expression change when she realized that you two were alive. A bit of a cruel joke, don't you think? Those are the most fun ones. Well, whatever. Make your own fun then. Dev turned away and looked around the room before turning towards the picture framed on the wall. Teresa followed them over, inspecting the picture closely. So, you made it through the last game by yourself. Must have been hard. Yeah, Belle really doesn't let up with these games. But you just have to keep pressing on no matter what comes your way, I guess. I pray that at least the others found peace with their deaths. Yeah, well, Miss Ever William, not much, but Maria deserved better. We all deserve better, but this seems to be the hand that we've been dealt. Never want to witness death, but what can you do here? The only grace that I found is that some people are more accepting of it than others. Richard, bless his poor soul, the young man didn't deserve to die. Oh my god, so that's my first ending without Richard in it? Holy heck. Guessing you three had to play against him, or... Not quite, we were all playing against each other. Each of us just trying to survive. Richard just... he was in last place, so to speak. Guess this was Belle's way of making sure that there were only 4 people in the final. Yeah, that's probably it. Evan, I don't know what Belle has planned for her final game, but I've got a sickening feeling in the pit of my stomach that it's not going to be good. Well, it's going to be a game that will effectively kill 3 of us, so yeah, probably won't be good. I know that, I just hope it's not something that brings out something dark in us. Some people do terrible things to ensure their survival. I hate to lose myself for survival, but sometimes that dark instinct takes over before our humanity does. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Oi! You two done chatting over there? Dev called out to us in front of the last game door. I guess this is it then. Yeah. Let's hope that this won't be the worst thing possible. Knowing Belle, she'll do everything in her power to just do just that. Best not to keep the god waiting. We've got a game to play after all. Don't remind me. Look on the bright side, Laura. If you win this, you'll get a chance to have your greatest wish granted. Surely all this bloodshed and death is worth that, don't you think? No, absolutely not. How many needless deaths for what? A simple wish? I even lost my sister. At what point is there in a wish that asks so much? Well, I can always wish for your sister to come back. I could wish for all the dead to come back to life. But then, I go through all this anyway. Well, for people like me, of course, who would happily leave all of you to rot in the grave for a few $1 trillion. You can't be serious. You're right. Why waste a wish on a few $1 trillion? I might as well wish for something else like immortality or eternal youth. World domination, perhaps. Something grand like that would certainly be worth it, don't you think? What a dour phase. You don't really think I'm so kind-hearted that I waste an opportunity like this to bring back some rotting corpses? Or maybe I would. I'd know what to really wish for. Alright, that's enough. Let's just go ahead. Go inside and see what we have to play. Oh, someone's excited to get to the carnage! Well, I guess that's what I'd expect from the person who killed their best friend. I bit my tongue trying to keep myself from lashing out, but it was hard not to feel a welling fury in my heart from her words. I had to ignore it. She's just trying to get in your head. In the game, that's where I'd show her. We entered into the waiting room and looked at the television, waiting for Belle to pop up and tell us what game we'd play. Except that she didn't appear. Hey, Belle, what's the hold up? You sick or something? What's going on? Belle usually ain't late. She's slacking in her old age or something. What was that? You dare suggest I'd be a burden with the passing of time? Oh, there we go. Just had to coax her a bit. Television screen flared up. A irritated-looking Belle popped up on the screen once more. Was there a reason for the delay? Don't tell me. Was it stomach troubles? Be careful what you eat, Belle. I wouldn't want you to spend hours on your precious throne. So uncouth. I would be preoccupied with such things. If you must know, I was struck with some bout of inspiration. I had something else in mind for you initially, but I can't pass up an opportunity to spice things up a bit now, can I? With all due respect, I think I prefer what you had planned initially. Anything that inspired you couldn't possibly be good. What? Come on, it'll be fun. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You'll do what I say anyway, so you should go into this with a positive attitude. Okay, fine. What are you gonna make us play? That's the spirit I like to see, Devin. That's why I like you, so willing to give things a go. I have grown since the first game. Oh, I think I'm gonna cry. Look at my little girl all grown up. I am not your little girl. Just tell us what game we're going to play. Guess she's getting to that rebellious face. Anyway, the game we're going to be playing is If the Mind is Willing. And the saying, the mind is willing, but the flesh is weak. Actually, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Oh, you're all so well read. Great. I'm sure you'll all understand the game fully. Here's how the rules work. I'm going to give you each orders, and you have to follow those orders. Anyone who chooses to ignore or refuse an order will die. Last one standing wins. Pretty simple, right? So your brilliant inspiration was to order us around until we got so fed up with it that we'd rather choose death? Well, there's more to it than that, dear Teresa, but you get the gist of it. Even whatever it gone, I'm still just following orders. What a goddamn pain in the ass. Is that really it? Just trying to outlast one another and follow your orders? Yep, that's it. This is a simple game that a rat could do it. So we're clear though. I won't kill you if you fail an order. You just have to keep at it until you succeed or I give you something new. If things are too hard for you, I promise your death will be quick and painless. It'll be like a blink, and then you'll be gone. Because you're like a gift from your merciful host. That's kind of scary. Is it? Will you prefer a slow, agonizing death where you lament every second of torturous pain racking your body? No. I didn't think so. Well, are there any questions before we move on to the game room? Yes, I'd like to know how realistic your orders are going to be. You think I'm going to ask you to sprout wings and fly through the air like a hawk? That'd be fun. I assure you I'd only ask you what is physically possible. Do my orders to kill one another, for example? Oh, certainly. I could order all sorts of evil, nasty things for you to do. But all orders will be possible. You know the saying. Where there's a will, there's a way. How much time do we have to start acting upon your orders before you consider ignoring it? I'll be reasonable. I'll warn you if you're taking too much time to get started. After that, if I suspect you're trying to disobey me, then it'll be lights out. Or, more apt, life's out. I see. Are we able to get in each other's way? You know, screw over someone else so they can't do your order or whatever? Well, if you're able to do your own order at the same time, I don't see why not. Play fair, play dirty, just follow my orders and all will be fine. Gotcha. Anything else? No one had any other questions, so Belle simply smiled and nodded her head at us. Excellent, excellent. Then please exit into the game room from either door, and I'll see you all soon. Television turned off, and we all looked at one another. Think that counts as an order? It'd be funny if it was, but probably it wasn't. So we're gonna have to play it one way or another. Indeed. Well, let's have some fun with this. Hopefully Belle's creative with whatever order she comes up with. Lilith, give me strength to see this through. We all exited the waiting room and entered into the game room. But of course, it wasn't what any of us were expecting. The desert again? This was not what I was expecting, to be honest. For real, I ain't the best clothes to be marching through some sandy desert. I'm starting to think that Belle is running out of ideas. Oh, is that what you think? You think that I'll have good ideas, huh? Why are you all acting surprised? I'm here to give you your orders on what better place to do that than right here with you. I didn't think I'd take this opportunity to sit back and watch you from afar, did you? That's how you've operated before. New game, new me! So let's get down to it now, shall we? Belle suddenly manifested a blue whistle that hung off her neck. She didn't waste any time bringing it to her lips and inhaling deeply. The sharp whistle shrilling in the air, we all winced as Belle pointed to Laura. Laura! You still got your sister's hat on, don't you? Yes, I do. Good. I order you to burn it. What? You heard me. I order to burn your sister's hat. Look, here's a torch to do the deed. Belle held out her hand and a blazing red torch poofed into her grasp. This is all I have left of her. Oh, is that defiance? Are you really going to disobey my first order? I suppose if you're so eager to die, I can oblige. No, it's just... Take this torch and burn that hat. Damn it. Laura reluctantly grabbed the torch and hesitantly held her sister's hat towards the flame until it ignited, and the fire began to slowly eat away at the memento. Getting personal real quick, aren't you, Belle? Well, Laura did seem to think I was running out of ideas, so I figured this would remind her that I am a very creative individual. Don't worry, though. Promise not to leave any of you out of the fun, either. Oh, Belle, please. You don't have to include me. I'll be happy to watch. Don't get smart with me. Drop and give me 20. Push-ups. That's right. Get to it! And just like that, Teresa dropped and began to do push-ups in the hot desert sand. Those little bells were relishing in their power over us. You know, she had more than enough before. This might be fun after all. I agree. Speaking of... Zeph, I ordered you to tie your shoes together. Keep them tied, too. Really? Did I stutter? No. Ugh. Watched Zeph crouch down and began to tie the laces of his shoes. Together. Meanwhile, I looked anxiously at Bella, who seemed to be deep in thought on what order she was preparing to give me. Don't worry, Devin. I didn't forget about you. Order you to say the alphabet backwards. Really? That's what she gets? Compared to the rest of us, that's easy. D, Y, X, W. Actually, might not be as easy as I thought it was. Yes, keep that up, Devin. Maybe he tries to get through the whole alphabet backwards, but after a few failed attempts, I managed to get it done. So, we all managed to finish our first orders. Laura was staring at a pile of ashes, getting swept into the sand. Teresa was massaging her arms, just doing your push-ups, and Zeph was trying to walk properly. Excellent. Well, that was a nice warm-up, don't you think? Let's get to the real game now. Next time! We will get to the real game next time. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing if you really enjoyed it. Consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep being content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is Rinium T signing out. Bye!